Hey everybody, it's Brooke with The Buttered Home. Happy Thursday night. Thank you for joining us tonight on our meal prep live that we have here every Thursday night. What we try to do here on Thursday nights is we try to cater to our busy gal friends and our ball moms who have a lot going on. Hopefully, if you're local, you have the night off and are actually staying dry, because it's raining cats and dogs here and has been since about 3 o'clock this afternoon. But it's much needed rain here and we are very thankful for that. So if you're just joining us for the first time, drop a comment, let us know where you're watching from, and we can kind of help fill you in on what's going on. We have a group called the Busy Gals Cooking Club. It's part of, but an extension of, the Buttered Home. And what we like to do is we like to take all of the guesswork out of your cooking schedule. Now, one of the things here at the Buttered Home that we are a huge proponent of is gathering in the kitchen and cooking together and eating together. So in this day and time, that's kind of hard to do sometimes because we have so much going on. We work, we commute, we have all of the things that our kids are involved in, sports, softball, baseball, basketball, soccer, you name it. And we are revving up for anybody who has kids to get to the end of school. Hallelujah. The end of another fast-moving school year. But nonetheless, it's hard to fit in meal planning and time with your family in the kitchen to have a sit-down meal. The Busy Gals Cooking Club does that for you. We are a small group. We have lots of great busy ladies in there who help one another, and it's just a really great fellowship place to be. And it's $9.99 a month, and there is a link in the description of this video if you're looking for that, and you get like 3 meals a week. Shopping list, we have lots of great video tutorials in there and some cheat sheets on how to convert crock pot to Instant Pot. So if you are an Instant Pot novice or an expert, it's good because it kind of puts some tools in your tool belt on how to convert some crock pot recipes to Instant Pot. So that's good no matter what your skill level is. Be sure and let us know that you watched. Facebook doesn't like for us to tell you to spread the word about our page anymore, so I have to be real careful about what I say. But we would love it if you told your friends about us. Maybe that'll work. We'll try it anyway. Because here at the Buttered Home on Monday nights, we have Messy Kitchen Monday, and we cook lots of really good food here on Monday nights. A lot of times the old-fashioned way, a lot of times with some shortcuts. So we would love for you to join us on Monday nights as well. But Thursday night, this is going to be our new thing on Thursday night. We've had such a good response to it, so we're going to be showing you a little bit every Thursday night about what we do in the BGCC and give you an opportunity for a while, don't know how long yet, to join the BGCC. So tonight what we are prepping is a crock pot bacon cheeseburger casserole. And I know when you hear the word casserole, you think, well, that's not very good to go. A lot of our recipes that we've been doing on Thursday night, I've been showing you how to pack those up and take them to the ballpark or wherever you're headed and eat them kind of on the go. Well, you still can do this way. And the crock pot makes it easy because it cooks everything for you so that when you're ready, it's ready, and then you pack it up to travel wherever you may be going. So we are going to show you how we prep for that. I'm going to move my camera and we're going to get started. And it's just some really simple ingredients. Like we have a can of cheddar cheese soup, and it is bacon cheeseburger casserole after all. So this serves as some of your cheese, not all of your cheese. And then we have cream of mushroom soup. And I'm actually prepping this to go into the freezer. So there is shredded cheese for this recipe, but you actually finish it with the shredded cheese, so we will not be putting that into our freezer bag. Cheese just doesn't freeze real well. I mean, it does for a short amount of times, but only in the big blocks. That's the only way I feel comfortable freezing cheese. So we're gonna add in our spices here to our soup mixture. And we've got salt and pepper. And then the recipe actually calls for garlic salt, but I don't like to use garlic salt, so I use garlic powder instead. And when you do, you can add just a little bit more of that. If a recipe already has salt in it, then I typically don't use garlic salt. Garlic salt, if I'm not using salt anywhere else, I will use it, but I try to stay away from it because, you know, too much can be too much. So we're gonna mix these up and just kind of combine them. And it's really simple, but it really makes a really good casserole. And for me, you know, one of the things that I like about a lot of our BGCC recipes is that you can modify it and turn it into something else. You can take this and you can use this on like spaghetti noodles as an alternative to meat and marinara. You can also use this in wraps. You can use this with a salad as standalone. With rice, there's all kind of things you can do with it. So this is the main dish of your meal, so it can be modified to fit whatever. That's another thing that we like to promote at the Buttered Home, is taking a recipe and making it your own. I've encouraged my girls their whole cooking lives to do that. So another little tip and trick, a lot of these freezer meals we freeze in a gallon-sized bag. Now, before you get started prepping, if you did want to freeze it, you're going to want to label it and date it. So that way you stay semi-organized, or at least your freezer does. So in here, we have about 2 pounds of browned and drained and cooled ground beef. Tanner and I meal prepped live in the BGCC a couple of weeks ago, and one of the things that I've shared with them before is that I like to buy the big packs of ground beef, and I like to brown it all, drain it, let it cool, and then I'll store it already browned and frozen in a freezer bag, and that way I can just grab it out of the freezer and get what I need for whatever recipe I'm prepping for. It's a huge time saver, and it's one of the things that I like to do on Sunday afternoons. Sunday afternoons I take about an hour or two and try my best to meal prep for the week. I have some friends who do it for a month at a time, but y'all, let's just be real. I'm organized, but I'm not that organized. So here I have some ground beef that I have taken out of my freezer. And well, actually, no, I didn't take this out of the freezer because I'm out of my frozen. I actually browned this tonight and had it prepped and ready. So to this, we are going to add some onions. And just like I always say, if you or your crowd doesn't like onions, don't add them. Now, I think they're fantastic, and for casseroles like this, they really add a lot to it as far as flavor. But if you're not an onion person, skip it. Not a deal breaker, not something that you have to have. So I'm just gonna mix my onions up in there with the ground beef. And y'all, this is a dish that I don't have to wash. Isn't that fantastic? So now we have the bacon. I have got a good little amount of some bacon already cooked and cooled and drained. And we're just gonna take that and we're going to crumble it up into rough, all different size pieces. And we're gonna add that right in with our ground beef and our onions. And I'm gonna mix that up as well. You want to, if you're doing a freezer meal, get this prepped and situated for your crock pot as best you can. So if you ever have a freezer meal that calls for rice or something on the bottom of your crock pot, you're always gonna wanna add that last. Because when you thaw it, then when you turn it over to dump it in the crock pot, your rice will then be on the bottom. So it's just a small amount of prep for big rewards, because you put this in the crock pot and 4 to 8 hours later, you have supper cooked and you didn't do anything. If you're like me, you're at work. So it just happens. So now we're gonna take our cheese mixture, or our soup mixture rather. It's cheese soup. And I'm going to try my best not to make a mess and get it all in here. But that's another beautiful thing about doing it in the bag. If you do get some on the bag like I did, you can simply just take a paper towel and wipe it off. And then you're good and ready for the freezer. So now I'm just gonna wash my hands, and I'm going to get a paper towel. And you're not technically a messy cook if you clean up after yourself. You're only really, truly a messy cook when you leave a mess just kind of laying around. So now we're gonna take that and we're going to mix that in with everything else. And y'all, you may hear Millie whining. I promise you she's not being mistreated. She's just being ignored, in her opinion, right now. Because everybody's busy. Too busy for Millie. And she just had a little female surgery yesterday, so she's slightly more needy than normal. But not as crazy as she's been the last 2 weeks. Anybody out there who breeds dogs for a living, I don't see how y'all live through it. We've done this once, and I couldn't wait to get her to the vet. We couldn't get her to the vet fast enough. All right, so now, just like with all of our freezer meals, we're going to try our best not to make a mess. And number 2, we're going to try to get all of the air out of it. So you just simply roll it just a little bit with just a small space left open on your bag. And always, always double check to make sure that it's sealed. If you were with us about 3 weeks ago, you would have seen that I spilled about half of what I was doing on the counter because it wasn't sealed. And now, if you're like me and you didn't stir it up that good, you can always take it and just kind of mix it with your hands. As long as you're certain that this is gonna stay together. But, you know, that's why I call my kitchen the messy kitchen, because I make a mess about half the time. So this can go in the freezer, and it can stay in the freezer a good little while, but it probably won't. Let's just be real. If you've got it in your freezer and you know that you're in a hurry and that morning, you're gonna set it out the night before in the refrigerator in a bowl and let it thaw. And then you're gonna pop it in the microwave. Ooh, no, not the microwave, the crock pot. And you're gonna let it cook, and you're gonna have dinner ready when you get home. Now, you're gonna finish this with some shredded cheese on top. And you can add sour cream or whatever other condiment you like, because it is bacon cheeseburger casserole. So you can make it a bacon cheeseburger. You could even put it on a bun and make it portable and wrap the buns. I got these really nice top sliced rolls so that we can open them up, put this wonderful casserole mixture inside, and put more cheese on the top and let it melt. And then we can wrap them up in foil, and they can be portable, and you can take them to the ball field. Like I mentioned before, There's any number of things that you can do with this. That's what makes it and so many more of our recipes so versatile and so good, because you can just about take them and use them to fit whatever need you might have. All of the recipes at the BGCC are totally modifiable. You can cut them in half for fewer people, or you can double them for more. We have one member, Sweet Tammy, if you're here, give me a wave. We have a wonderful chicken marsala recipe in there that she cooked for a crowd of 15 just the other week. And you know, I didn't messenger her, but I asked her in the group, I said, how did it turn out? Because sometimes, you know, some recipes, when you double or triple them, something just seems to be missing. She said it was perfect as always. So a lot of these recipes can be modified to fit whatever need you have. And I think that makes it an even better bargain. I wish y'all could see Jasper right now. He would love to have fingers. He's eyeballing all my dishes up here. And so anyway, if you want recipes like this on the regular and you want great fellowship with other busy gals and ball moms, and you know that $9.99 a month it's totally doable, then the link to the BGCC to sign up is in the description on this video. We hope that you'll tell all of your friends about us so that they can join us on Monday nights and Thursday nights. And every week we produce recipes on our blog at thebutteredhome.com. So we would love it if you told your peeps about us. I gotta break the habit of saying the other, I think my friend Rayanne called it the S-H-A word, because she didn't want to say S and she didn't want to say S-H. So we would love it if you told people about us out there in Facebook land. And we would also love it if you would visit our website too. We're really proud of the recipes that we have there. There's some really good traditional recipes there. Great Southern cooking. If you're looking for a great Southern recipe, you can find it at thebutteredhome.com. But we hope that we will see you on Monday. We hope that you have a fabulous weekend. And we have our last vegetable live on Monday night. So be sure and join us. It's a real simple one, but it's a really good one. And this is, if you're signed up for messenger notifications, this is the last recipe that you all are gonna get in your messenger box. So if you've missed some of those, go back and you can go back through and just press the buttons and you can grab all your recipes. Otherwise, we'll have them all in the BGCC, and if you want to meet us there, we would absolutely love it. But y'all have a fantastic weekend, and we will see y'all on Monday. From the Buttered Home to your home. Bye.